In the last video, we looked at the first few paragraphs of a section of text sent to me by All Tomorrow's author, C.M. Kozeman. It showed a sneak peek of the upcoming new and updated version of the book, currently known as All Tomorrow's Redux, which will be released at some point in the not too distant future. If you haven't seen that video yet, where I read through and analyse the text contained within, then I'd encourage you to do so, link in description. Now, in part 2, we'll continue on by looking at the next 2 paragraphs, which reveal some very interesting information indeed. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask that you please hit the like button, as it really helps with getting the video and the channel recommended. Thanks very much. Now, on with the video. The invaders began to adapt. Surviving larvae escaped the waters, burrowed in, and turned into worm-like subterrestrial diggers that could evade the airborne nanite swarms. Growing underground, these worm larvae rose not in the form of four-winged flyers as on other worlds, but as versatile, quasi-monadic, large-bodied dragon forms, which when airborne were unaffected by the nanite kill swarms. Scaly armour protected their bodies, and their eyes shone with terrible individual self-awareness. In addition to the 2 flying wings, and the 2 gravity-negating fronds most regular varieties of Quhanim possessed, these forms also had extra limbs bearing vicious claws, and strange, folding hands, able to wield a variety of artificial weapons. These Drakenmorphs roamed the dying world and sought out and destroyed its human inhabitants wherever possible. My, quite intriguing. The preceding paragraphs from the last video detailed the nanomachine weaponry used by the Star People to combat the Quhanim invasion, and here we get to see the invaders' response to these measures. We're all familiar with the main form that the Quhanim take, being 4-winged flyers and very insect-like in their appearance, but it seems that depending on the environment and the circumstances that they find themselves in, they're able to develop into new and very different forms, better equipped to deal with them. So some Quhanim larvae escaped the nanite assault and instinctively turn into worm-like forms. I wonder if this had some influence on their turning some Star People into the worms that we see in the previous version of the story, making them in their own image, as it were. Very biblical, and quite honestly something you would expect from a species that sees itself as godlike. Checks out. When they emerged from the ground after having reached their point in the life cycle, they appeared as, quote, versatile, quasi-monadic, large-bodied dragon forms, which when airborne were unaffected by the nanite kill swarms. Scaly armour protected their bodies, and their eyes shone with terrible individual self-awareness. Gosh, what would that look like? Not like something you'd want to tangle with, I'm sure. Even so, that is an illustration I'm very much looking forward to seeing. It's my bet that at least a handful of you artistic types in the comments will very quickly get to work on drawing your own interpretations of this terrifying Quhanim variety. I look forward to seeing them. In addition to the 2 flying wings and the 2 gravity-negating fronds most regular varieties of Quhanim possessed, these forms also had extra limbs bearing vicious claws and strange folding hands able to wield a variety of artificial weapons. So they're massive, flying, multi-limbed, sharp-clawed dragon monsters that also operate advanced weaponry. Lovely. From all of this we can gather that the Quhanim do indeed take a very hands-on approach to the destruction of humanity. These Drakenmorphs roamed the dying world and sought out and destroyed its human inhabitants wherever possible. A bleak story keeps on getting bleaker. This doesn't seem like it's going to be an impersonal, distant destruction of the human race, but rather one that is enacted up close and personal. A horrifying prospect. I wonder if Drakenmorph is the name of this distinct variety of Quhanim, or if this is just a descriptive term used by the author. It's probably the name, thinking about it. I also wonder just how many different forms of Quhanim we'll end up seeing. If they often change themselves in order to best deal with the conditions of the planet that their larvae has hatched on, then it would be that they often end up looking quite different to the archetypal Quhanim that we're all familiar with. It states earlier on that most regular varieties of Quhanim possess flying wings and 2 gravity-negating fronds, so it looks like there are some basic parts of their anatomy that are always present. Very interesting indeed. And we will leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed this further look into the ALL TOMORROWS REDUX sneak peek. My apologies for this video not being quite as long as my videos normally are, but I'm a bit busy at the moment, so I just wanted to get something put together for you quickly so that you could carry on getting a look at the ALL TOMORROWS REDUX sneak peek that I was sent by CM Kozeman. Anyway, please join me next time for part 3. I promise that'll be a little bit longer. It'll be the final part of this short series as well, and we'll cover the remaining 4 paragraphs of this passage. Please remember to hit the like button and the bell icon, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so. This has been the Bewarecast, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching the Bewarecast. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button, along with the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified of future uploads. Also, please feel free to leave a comment on this video with your thoughts and share it around with anyone who you think would find it interesting. I'd also like to encourage you to become a patron of mine on Patreon, where, for as little as £1, dollar or euro a month, you'll have access to exclusive bits and pieces from me, such as sneak peeks of my own upcoming speculative biology book, The Telescope, a study of alien worlds from Earth. The introduction chapter of The Telescope is available on there now, read by myself, so if you want to check it out, then just follow the link in the description. I would also like to thank my current members and patrons who could be seen here. This has been the Bewarecast, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.